Hey, welcome to another episode of How to Get 100% in Jasperactive PowerPoint. We're going to pick up today at Lesson 3 using text boxes. I'm going to start by clicking Learn, and I'll resize the window as soon as I get a chance. Here we go. Create a new blank presentation. So Control N if you're into shortcuts, or just click Home and Blank Presentation, and there you be. I'm going to start by changing to a blank slide layout. So I can either come up here to slides, group, layouts, and select blank. Or my favorite way is just to right click in some dead area of the slide and say blank. And now there's nothing there. We've got a blank canvas. Now we're going to go to the Insert tab, Illustrations group, Shapes. And the top left one in Basic Shapes is Text Box. And we're going to just draw a box. Doesn't matter, about that big. And as soon as you get that text box, you're going to type in a new favorite party place. Notice that even though I drew the text box a different size, as soon as I started typing with this small font, it automatically resized itself. Now we're going to do that again, but before it says click the Format tab under Drawing Tools. So here we go, Shape Format. And they want you to insert shapes, format tab, drawing group, insert shapes, uh, text box. Notice it's either right there or right there. We're going to do another text box, or another one about 2 inches down from the first one, and you're going to type planning a party, call the Century Palace Hotel to book your event! Exclamation point. And step 4 says on the Home tab in the Drawing group, you're going to select Text Box. And about 2 inches below that one, you're going to draw another one. Doesn't really matter how big you make it, because it's going to modify the size once you start typing. Type 1-877-555-1200, or email us at info at century, excuse me, palacehotel.com. Double checking my spelling there. Looks okay. Now click the first text box. You can change the font size to 36 point. Change the font style to Arial Black. And then use the Format Painter. And I'm going to click it and then go down and apply that to the text box with the phone number. So, sorry, I clicked off it and lost it. So, Format Painter to the phone number box. There we go. Now, that's not balanced the way we want. So I'm going to click behind the 0 in the end of the phone number and hit enter. And even though it did it right, I'm going to click behind the T in the word at and hit enter to make sure that all three of those are on the same line. And I forgot one thing here I'm noticing now. In step 5, it says you're supposed to have this centered. So center, select the text box, center it, select the text box, center it. There we go. That looks better. Okay, now in the middle text box, we're going to do something different. Step 7. So click the middle text box and you're going to press enter before and after the hotel name. So click in front of Century Palace Hotel and click to the end of the word hotel and hit enter. Then we're going to select the whole text box, make it 40 point, and apply a bold, shadow, and center all the text. So center, bold, and shadow is right here, text shadow. Now, don't worry if your boxes don't look good yet. We're going to change that in a second, but before, with the entire text box selected, up here in line spacing options, remember this one from earlier, line spacing options, let's make sure that the spacing before is 6 points. So I just clicked the up arrow, or you can type in there a 6 and then say OK. Next, now it's time to arrange our text boxes. So ensure the middle text box is selected. In the drawing group, so drawing group, shape format, oh, sorry, home tab. We can find it in different places. Home tab, drawing group right here. We are going to do arrange, and then we're going to click align, and we want to align, line center. Now, it says the text box now center between the edges. Click all 3 text boxes. Use the shift key. So if I hold the shift key, I can select all 3 text boxes. And we're going to do that same thing. Drawing, arrange, align, and they want us to align center, and then do it again. Arrange, align, and then distribute vertically. Now, all of our text boxes should be evenly spaced and centered. Next, it says uh, change the font size for the last text box to 28 point. So 28 point is right. Whoa, hang on. I need to make sure I just have the last text box selected. Okay, then with that selected, 28 point. Then select the text new favorite party place. And we're going to loosen it up a little bit because it's party time. We're going to go up here to character spacing. So home tab, font group, character spacing, and we're going to say loose. And finally, it should say save a copy. So file, save as, double click this PC, select Jasperactive folder, my projects folder, and we're going to call this Century Palace Hotel Final. Click save. Now, that looks just a little bit off center to me, so before I submit, I'm going to shift select all of them, and I'm going to make sure that these are arranged in arranged and aligned center. Well, it says they're centered, so we'll submit it and see what we get. 100%. Way to go. Let's call that a win.